君も気づいたみたいだね。この街に少しずつ起きている異変。覚悟はできている。
今までありがとう。いよいよこの時が来たんだ。モブ君兄さん、
モブ、話があるんだ。
Fall Anime Season 2023 came with a lot of gems, and one of them being Mob Psycho Season 3. Mob Psycho 100 Season 3, there was a lot of hype regarding this season. A lot of people were looking forward to it. Like, it's one of those shows that like a lot of people have high or semi-high expectations of after what they've done in the previous seasons. The storyline is amazing. I was one of those people that was super excited to see Shisho's return. And overall, Season 3 hasn't failed me. Like, it was nothing short of amazing.
This is the perfect chance to take a pause. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. You can comment later. You can share after the video. Like, subscribe, enjoy.
You just have to start off with Mob's character progression and development. Like, in the first season, like, it was mostly focused on like just the character, getting to know all of them. The second season, you start seeing the progression within Mob. In the third season, they really go through that. We kept on seeing like this element of Mob that he was just a pin drop away from basically having a mental breakdown, which he ended up doing in like the end of Season 3. I really loved how the author wrote that the thing that caused Mob to essentially lose all composure was him getting hit by a car or truck. I don't know what you would classify that, a van. So like generally Mob will be able to protect himself with his power against such trivial things, but he has suppressed his power so much that like his body like is actively trying to show him that he is human. He is just a regular kid. I really liked how there was also the duality of the other entity that we saw with the Mob that a lot of people theorized it was a different entity that entered Mob as a kid. It was actually Mob. It was just the alter ego of Mob. Mob was just suppressing his true desires, who he truly is, and he was suppressing his powers. The only outlet he had for his powers was with Shisho, and that has its own ramifications, which was explored in this season, which was truly amazing. We also got to see Ritsu's power, because like we saw in the last season how Ritsu manifested his power, but we did not know how strong he was or how strong he could be. But in this season we have a respectable amount of information to kind of view Ritsu with significant respect. I think Ritsu is powerful enough to stand on his own and protect himself. Obviously he's not on Kageyama Shigeo, Shiroti's level, but Shiroti Poison is a different entity entirely, as we've established in this season. But Ritsu really held his own and he did a decent job. I would say probably Ritsu is either at the level of the Season 2's villain or just below that, like around Shirazawa's level. So yeah, Ritsu deserves respect. Dimple and the blonde head kid, like we gotta give them props. I can't remember, his name eludes me right now, the blonde kid. You know him, I'm gonna put an image of him. But they deserve respect. Let's start off with Dimple. Dimple was the antagonist of the first half of the season, where he found a cult and a lot of people lost faith in Dimple, and we thought Dimple has gone back to his old ways. Dimple is no longer who he is. Like, he has lost his way and he has gone back to his old ways. That is of a cult leader, a scammer, trying to take advantage of people. And he used the tree to his advantage. He took down the tree, but the tree manifested itself and Mob was out of power and Dimple had to protect him. So like we thought at the end of that arc or mini arc that Dimple was dead, but
Yo, 元気そうじゃねえか。久しぶりだな。信玄よ。
surprise, surprise, Dimple came back at the end of this arc and he delivered in a big way. Dimple respects, like, I'm gonna get into Dimple's end and like his return during the Arata Shisho segment of this review. But yeah, the blonde kid, like, I quite frankly slept on him. Like, I thought this dude was mid, like slightly above mid, but quite mid. But his fight against Mob, like him standing his own ground, like even though he got beat the shit out of, but still respect is due. Like where he came in and Mob basically crashed the entire city, and this kid was protecting all these people in his own bubble. He did this and it seems like he was still maintaining them, like moving forward while he was unconscious. Like, that is a big flex. people are underestimating the fact that he could do that. But nothing but respect for the kid. Like, we saw him in season 1, how he was power drunk from his powers, and now he saw the opposite, the reverse. Mob getting power drunk on his power, and Mob lost the plot. So really respect him for it. And now I really loved also the relationship where he showed him his fashion sense, and Ritsu obviously hates it because the fashion is horrible, but Mob and him, they think this is amazing. So he took him to this shirt, and they got this banana shirt, which honestly looks horrible, but to each their own, I guess. Yeah, to the meat and potatoes of this. Shisho Reigen Arata, the chairman of such and such consultants, spirits consultants. Shisho's progression in this story arguably is one of the greatest. Like, Shisho is a goat. Like, how can you quantify the entity that is Shisho? Shisho is to be respected. Like, my trust and like love for the character of Shisho began from the first season, but in the second season they showed him how Mob like always thought this guy was invincible. He was Shisho, like he was his master. But in the second season we started seeing cracks that maybe he knows that Shisho didn't have the powers that he claimed to have. And that was truly a humbling moment, and they had a fallout in the second season, but at the end of the second season they came back together. But by the third season, Shisho got a new understudy, Shirazawa. I believe that's how you pronounce his name, or I'm butchering the name, one or the other. Yeah, so Shirazawa, like the umbrella guy, he was the perfect study, because like for him, he wanted to learn how to socialize with people, and Shisho was, if nothing else, he's an amazing socializer. He knows how to talk to people, relate to people, scam people. Shisho is up there, and Shisho took him under his wing, so a lot of things that Mob was doing before, Shisho allowed Mob now to have some more free time. Mob could now establish his social circle. Like, he joined the physical activity group. He had another group, also the spirits group. So he had a bunch of things in his social life, and now this guy could kind of replace Mob to a certain level, because now Mob could do a lot of things, and this guy could learn the ropes of how to be a human being, how to relate to other human beings. And Shisho was there for him. And Shisho did not show us how much of a goat he is until the last 2 episodes of this season. Everybody was saying, yo, Mob, this dude is a scammer, blah blah blah. Shisho came in and he was taking in the heat. Like, Shirazawa was like, yo, we gotta turn back to this tornado. Shisho was like, you head back, I got this. And Shisho went into the storm. I was literally shouting and clapping Shisho. Like, he was nothing short of amazing. Like, the fight, how he came to Mob. At a point in time, I started believing the sauce. Then we got this surprise that Dimple wasn't dead, and he kind of possessed Shisho to give him the power to kind of continue through things. Love that. Like, maybe some people will say it's kind of a stretch that Dimple is still alive, or like it takes the plot down, but for me, it doesn't. Like, it was a feel-good moment, and I am here for feel-good moments, especially in shows that quote-unquote don't take themselves too seriously. And Mob, if not for anything, a lot of times they don't take themselves too seriously, which is part of the aspects I love about the series. But yeah, he took down Shisho, and then Shisho knew he needed to shock Mob for Mob to come back to regular, so he told him,
俺にはな、霊能力も超能力も何の力もないんだ。持ってないんだよ。
yeah, Mob, like, the thing about me is that I don't have any superpowers. Like, I am not I'm not a psychic. I'm just a regular, ordinary guy. And that shocked Mob enough for Shisho to come out and say that. Like, that was the moment that I thought, is it possible the Mob never really suspected that Shisho had no powers? That was truly an amazing moment, and he allowed him to go ahead and convinced him to go ahead to go talk to the girl that he was trying to shoot his shot with for like forever. The one that he saw, and he saw the rest of the girls as potatoes. That girl. He went there, he shot his shot. She served as Dennis Rodman. She blocked that shot. Like, it was a done deal. But Mob didn't break down after that. He came back to Shisho. There was a time skip after that. Mob has left. Essentially, it seems like he has left the such and such consultants, Shisho has also started going global now. Shirazawa is now the head of that branch, and people are doing things with their lives. And yeah, it was really amazing. So yeah, overall for me, Mob Psycho season 3, I would give it a solid 8 or 9. It was really good. It was really good, and it's exactly what I expect to see, exactly what I want to see. Shisho doing Shisho things, like beautiful. So I would say probably 8.5, 9. I'll settle with 9, I guess. Yeah, but amazing season. Yeah, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Let us know if you have any recommendations, or if you've watched Mob Psycho, let us know your own ratings. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Thumbs up.